for this bracelet you will need beads, elastic thread, scissors, and beading needles, which are optional but make it a lot easier. So to begin, measure out a piece of elastic that is about 30 inches or 75 centimeters. Take your 30-inch piece and fold it in half and line up the ends, just like this. And then on the end, you are going to tie a knot to tie it together. When you're tightening it, just be careful with the elastic. You don't want to pull too hard or it'll snap, so just gently keep stretching it until it gets nice and secure. Now it's time to take the open jewelry needle and attach it to the opposite end of the knot you made, just through this loop right here. Grab your beads. I put them in this little tray so they don't roll all over the place while I'm trying to put together my bracelet. Take the needle and start beading, making sure to pull each bead all the way down to the knot. I recommend measuring around your wrist to check that you have enough beads. Now it is time to do the knot that connects both of the ends. I think I have finally found the strongest way to do this that won't snap or wear down your bracelet very easily. Go ahead and start moving the beads closer to the end with the loop. Not too close to where they all fall off though. On the end with the knot, you are going to take your scissors and cut the knot off, which leaves you with 2 strings on this side. Take one of those 2 strings and thread it through the loop on the other end, just like this. Then begin tugging on one string at a time to make the loop smaller on the other side. Remember not to tug too tightly, you don't want it to snap. So just gently and slowly that loop will just get smaller and smaller. I also just move the beads a bit to speed up the process. Eventually it will look like this. The loop becomes very tiny. Now we are going to do a bunch of square knots to really just secure it in there. So to do a square knot, take the right string and loop it over the left and pull that tightly. And then finish it off by taking the left over the right and pull it tightly. And then you just made a little square knot. You can't even see it. There you have your first one. And then repeat the process, making sure not to yank on these delicate elastic strings, just pull gently. After a few of those square knots, I always like to end it off with a big knot. Start like the beginning of a square knot, where it looks like this, and then just wrap that string around one more time, and then pull tightly. Right here you can see our little stack of knots we just made. Cut the ends very close to the knots. Don't accidentally cut the knots, that would undo all the work we just did. It's just very close, just like that. The bracelet is perfectly fine as is, but I like to hide the knots behind a bead. So I just try to pull a bead right over the knots, and it'll look like a perfect little loop with no ending. All you need to do now is make another one for your friend, and you have these cute little eye color bracelets.